We interrupt this program to bring you an important Wayfair message. Wayfair's got style tips for every home. This is Styles McKenzie helping you make those rooms sing. Today's style tip. When it comes to making a statement, treat bold patterns like neutrals. Go wild, like an untamed animal print area rug under a rustic farmhouse table from Wayfair.com. Arr, fierce. This has been your Wayfair style tip to keep those interiors superior.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
This country was built on a distinctly American work ethic. But today, work is in trouble. We've outsourced most of our manufacturing to other countries. And with that, we sent away good jobs and diminished our capability to make things. American Giant is a clothing company that's pushing back against this tide. They make a variety of high-quality clothing and activewear, like sweatshirts, jeans, dresses, jackets, and so much more. All made right here in the USA, from growing the cotton and adding the final touches. So when you buy American Giant, you create jobs for seamsters, cutters, and factory workers in towns and cities across the United States. And it's about more than an income. Jobs bring pride, purpose. They stitch people together. If all that sounds good to you, visit American-Giant.com and get 20% off your first order when you use code STAPLE20 at checkout. That's 20% off your first order at American-Giant.com with promo code STAPLE20.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Authenticity the Hard Way, YouTube and podcast. First and foremost, I have been up off and on since about 2:50 this morning. It's now 9:30. There has been a lot going on outside my window all night long. Energy is high, a lot of frustration, a lot of slamming doors, a lot of banging on doors, just a lot of stuff. And some of it is still going on right now. So if you hear a horn that's going off, please excuse the disruption. Secondly, I want to give as much of a heartfelt gratitude as I can. I wish I could just pour my heart through this video, through this recorder over here. And thank you so much for subscribing. See, there you go. Anyway, thank you for subscribing. Your response to my videos has been tremendous, more than I thought I would receive with subscriptions, and I am so grateful. So grateful. Amazed, actually. I was sharing with my daughter yesterday. I said, look how many subscribers. And we started talking about, the monetization part of, being on YouTube platform. And how many subscribers you have to have, how many views, time, all this stuff. And I'm not into all the analytics and stuff. That's not my thing. And honestly, I could care less, because I am not, authenticity the hard way is not, I'm not trying to get an income from it. My overarching business, Revelations Holistic Empowerment Training, as a nonprofit, it's still in the works, but I'm not speaking to get paid. Money is not an issue. I'm speaking because of the gratitude that I have to God, my celestial family, to the people who have helped me down through the years, and mostly to myself for not giving up. That's why I'm sharing my life in this way, is to give back the love, the compassion, the mercy, the grace that was given to me, the wisdom and knowledge that I learned through the harsh experience. Everything that I have now is because I didn't give up. And being able to give that back by sharing my experiences with the intention of giving you or imparting to you hope, confidence in yourself, putting a face possibly to the pain that you really can't understand. It's just the angst within you, and you are trying to figure out why you're going through what you're going through. If I could just buffer, if I could buffer the pain, the confusion, the loss of hope, the shaky faith, and also be a catalyst for you to go forward, to help you go forward. That's why I speak. That's why authenticity the hard way is here. That's my purpose. So thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your time. Time is the one commodity that we cannot get back. Once you waste a minute, you get another minute, but you're not going to get that minute back. So every minute that I have with you, I'm grateful that you chose to spend with me. And I thank you for listening. I could tell by your comments that you're listening, and I'm so grateful. I don't really know how this is going to come together because it's very fresh. This is something that I'm going through right now. It's very fresh. And it involves my family, my children, but I can't, in respect for them, I can't go into the detail of it, but I'm going to pull out of this experience what is so transforming for me. But like I said, in I believe it was in the throes of evolution, I'm experiencing this now. My episodes on the podcast, I talked about experiences that I've already gone through. And it's a total different spin when I'm going through this right now because I'm shaky. I'm not sure of even where I am right now. I know that I have reached a new level of myself, a higher version of myself. I know that I have broken through, and I know that I am at this place. But y'all, the energy of it and the totality of this new space that I'm in is intimidating. It's intimidating because I'm now facing, what do I want to say? Okay, so my last episode that I did, or my last video that I did, was on the 26th, the day before my birthday. It's now the 30th. Four or 5 days later, I am totally different than the woman I was when I did the video on the 26th. And I don't know, I see the light changing. I just looked at myself and I just got dark. So, whatever. We here, we doing this. Regardless, that's weird though. So I'm totally different. I was clearer mentally and emotionally. Clearer then. There's a lot of energy going on. There's a lot of things that's transpiring in the spiritual and energetic world around me till I know I've changed and I'm at this new. It's like, okay, it's like if you travel to a different country. I haven't, but I will. or even a different city. It doesn't, why I say country, because that's a total different world, literally. But even if you just move to a new city and you haven't explored that city or anything, and so you're just there, and that's how I feel. I feel like I'm in a totally different world. The landscape of my inner being is different. I don't even feel the same. I'm in an acclimation period, I guess you could say. My thought processes have definitely changed just within these last few days, which leads me to what I want to discuss. And I bear with me because I'm hurting. What? This is raw. This is real. And, sugarcoating here. I don't even use a lot of sugar, so I'm hurt. A year ago, this young lady came into my life. It's literally been a year. She walked through my door on the 26th of March last year. My son's new girlfriend. And now, for me, I lead with love. People come into my life, my heart chakra is open. I love you because you are you and because we are all one. I don't start relationships with judgment. I let you show me you. And so I welcome her. She's welcome. You know what? You really, really, really have to work hard to get me to move out of the space of love that I have towards you. Let me tell you, I've been through some harsh relationships, not just with people, intimate relationships, familiar relationships, just work relationships. I've been through a lot. I have been hurt a lot. But I have no grudge. I have no ill feelings towards anyone. I don't. You really have to work hard to have me as your enemy. So I had to lay that down to me because she came into my home welcomed her in because it's my son's girlfriend. And it's coming in, you know. And she spent my birthday with us last year. I'm trying to use my words carefully, but forget that. All hell broke loose in my home when she came. Turned my house spiritually and emotionally and mentally for me and my daughter upside down. Young girl came with so much baggage that on the first meeting you could not tell, but I could tell she's very, very intelligent. If you believe in the spiritual realm, then you have to understand that people will be sent to distract, distract you from your calling, your purpose, destroy your desire to meet that purpose, and just keep you so off balance till you lose a sense of yourself. Understand, it's light and dark. You have to understand there is spiritual warfare. It is. It's light and dark. And if you are one who has chosen to become a better person, chosen to want to elevate yourself and get to that highest calling, you have to understand that something's going to come to knock you off of that. Wow, paradigm shift, revelation. So, but I know this, but I mean, just speaking it, that's why I love talking to y'all. Y'all help me. You help me get a sense of stuff sometimes. Yes, I've known for a long time. You know, they say if you're chosen or God has a calling on your life, the devil gonna try and get you, blah, blah, blah. And that's just, I'm like I said before, this is not, authenticity the hard way is not about religion. We're not going to hash out religion. Any person who, whether they have a line with a religion or not, if there is something that you want to do, you are going to meet opposition. And what is that opposition? That opposition is the experience that helps you get to that higher version of yourself and will also help you get to that goal that you want. If you want to run a 5K race, you're going to have to train. You're going to have to go through the pain. You're going to have to do it. If you want a Fortune 500 company, you have to go through the obstacles to get there. So you can call it obstacles. You can, whatever you want to call it, you got to get there, right? So now I'm here. I get it, what I'm talking about. So this one young lady came to my life last summer, had me and my daughter wanting to leave our home. And her relationship with my son, off and on. He bring her, man, they get into it and all these different things. And they were separated for a while, and then she showed back up. And my first response to my daughter was, okay, we're going through this again. Perhaps because we didn't handle it right when she was here before. Okay, I get that. So we softened our hearts towards her. Yeah. I don't want her in my house. Let's just cut to the chase. I don't want her in my home. She has got a lot of baggage, and the bad thing about it is that she's so young, and she has been groomed in a terrible way. Very toxic environment. And I'm not negating my sons. Their whole dynamic is their dynamic. But what has happened to me in the middle of this is that I had to make a choice. First of all, I had to make a choice. I tell my son, I don't want to hear, don't bring her here. It's caused too much trouble. Okay. But then I had to navigate that gently, because that's my son. And no way would I allow, he and I, our history as mother and son has been very hard down through the years. Very hard. And so to have him now and us have a home, and I walk gently and try and deal very carefully with this relationship, because he chose to bring her home. So that meant to me that he really cares for her. But yet and still, the drama was too much. But I hope you can understand, I won't jeopardize my relationship with my son behind her. So I told him, I don't want her here. Don't bring her here. So then it got cold. We had the cold, raining and cold, and they were sleeping in the car. And my soul, this was a major paradigm shift for me. Just 3.5 months ago. It was pouring rain, and it's cold. My son and this young lady are sleeping in the car. And I remembered sometimes not knowing where me and my younger son were sleeping, or knowing that my daughter and her husband were sleeping out in a tent in the rain. I said, I can't do that. After losing my oldest son, my relationship with human beings changed dramatically. Because that was my baby that somebody killed. And so when I see, especially young adults, but people in general, it's always in my head that that person is somebody's baby. And I was standing in the kitchen and I was cooking, and it just came to me, that's somebody's baby. in the car, sleeping with my baby, my son. I couldn't let her stay out. I couldn't let them stay out in the cold. That just does not make no sense to me. So I told my son, I don't want that. That can't be. I'll come in, stay the night, shower, eat, drink water, rest, get up next morning. Because that is somebody's baby. But most importantly, because she's a child of the Most High. And of course, that liberty was stretched, blown out, just come in when you want to, this kind of stuff, da-da-da-da-da. But then it got volatile a couple times. I got into it on the street in our town. She tried to stab him with a screwdriver. I came home one evening, they in my bathroom fighting. She trying to hurt him. And I'm telling my son, no, stop bringing her. Just stop bringing her. But for me to tell him to stop bringing her would mean that he would, or he'd just leave her in the car and he'd come. It's just a whole bunch of madness, like one ball of madness. And the other night on my birthday, the night of my birthday, she tried to hurt him. But the police saw her and took her to jail. She got out of jail and tried to say that he did it and was standing in my doorway, and I lost it. I lost it and I went off on her. I'm like, 'cause you trying to hurt my son. You trying to hurt my baby, and you won't turn around and tell me that you love him? That's not love, honey. And as I was going off on her, how do I explain this? My mind was kind of opening up. And I had the revelation. And, oh, thank you. I keep saying revelation. You will hear me say revelation a lot. Because like I said, that's my business. But when God gave it to me, the name Revelation, Revelations with the Z, is because it only takes one revelation to revolutionize your life. And the Z on the end is for Zalika, which is my middle name, which means perfect birth or well-born. So the revelations that I receive and I give to others is so that with that revelation, you can be perfectly born into your new self. That's I'll probably have to do another video on that. But so you'll hear me say revelation a lot. But I had the revelation that if I show anything to this young lady but love and compassion and empathy, grace and mercy, if I show her anything other than that, authenticity the hard way, is null and void. Please hear what I'm saying. And I'm not just talking to you, I'm talking to myself. Please hear what I'm saying. I started out by saying, my gratitude for where I am now, for God, my celestial family, the people that they directed into my life at certain times, right on time, was because of the love and compassion and empathy, grace, mercy of God Almighty poured out on me through various people. And He has given me a platform now to give that back. What right do I have to now address this young lady in anything other than what I have been given? That's deep. Yes, I can be angry and hurt by her behavior, but I have to remember that I was once there, right? I like that. I like that. But I have not always been this woman. It took a whole lot of work to get to this woman. And she's still a young lady, a young girl. And with the knowledge and the wisdom and the emotional intelligence and the intuition that I have, I know, and I don't even take all of that, we are all a product of our environment. So I know why you behave the way you behave. I therefore cannot give to you the same type of darkness or low vibration energy. I cannot give that back to you in my home. I'm going to make you do the same thing that your people did to you. I think that's where I'm trying to go. And then turn around and do a video and say, you know what, let's be the highest version of... I would be a hypocrite. Period. I would be a hypocrite. So, I have to go through this. She, in this situation, is a part of my evolution. And it hurts. Because I have found myself inching back over into survival mode. I have found my thought process is going, okay, look, you ain't gonna stop tripping, I'll leave. Back to running again. Back to cowering in the face of disrespect. That's wrong. Thank you, God. Whew. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. No, not cowering. See, this is the mindset. This is the push and pull I think I was talking about in the other video. The push and the pull. The pull of an experience to keep me in the lower vibrations where I felt like I was cowering down in the face of disrespect because I didn't speak up harshly. Because I didn't didn't do that. So that's the pull of this experience trying to keep me down here or in 3D level while my higher self, I see you girl, trying to pull me up into 5D, my upper consciousness through love. Not cussing that girl out, not putting hands on her, not throwing pots and pans. Saying, okay, I'm going to lead with love. And my own pain and frustration I show compassion. I show empathy. I show love. Because I say this all the time. Every relationship is for a specific reason and a specific season. There is no accidental relationships. Everything's on purpose. And for whatever, I was about to say, for whatever reason, she here and I'm going through this. I know the reason. Talking with y'all. I got it. So that I can ascend into the next highest version of myself possible. A new capacity to love. A wider, more expansive capacity to show compassion and empathy and love, understanding, grace. I know, I don't know where this came from, but I'm going to go with it. In the back of my mind. In the back of my mind and my mind's eye, I saw a woman going, not in my house. No, I would not have none of that going on in my house. This is my house, and ain't nobody going to come up in here and make me feel uncomfortable in my house. No, I pay the bills here. A split second. All of that went right here. And you know what? That is right. It's right. I do pay the bills here. This is my house. What I say goes. That's true. But it's not the right type of attitude going into a new level of authentication for myself. Because when I made the decision to say, yes, use me, I gave away all rights to me and mine. This is my house. You ain't going to do this to me. I gave up the right to have any type of indignation. Because my home is a safe haven. Like, down through the years, for years, I had young men and women coming to me. We didn't have no food in our cabinets when my older children were younger. Like, no food. But their friends always came to Miss Asha's house. It wasn't actually my house, but it's where we were staying. Anyway. To the point where we come in to stay the night. Miss Asha, okay, y'all come on. And they come with snacks. They come with snacks. Take it a little bit deeper, Bloods and Crips at my door. But they knew that when they crossed into that, when they crossed that threshold, wasn't no flag. And that's when I had nothing. Whole group, young men, young women sitting at the park. We all we got. And now I have a home. Now I have sustenance. Now I can help. And I refuse to because you make me uncomfortable. But that's somebody's baby. And I'm chosen. I chose to live my life in the highest light possible. So yes, my door is open. It's hard. It's hard. I think it was so hard because I was in low energy, like low vibration, low, just kind of worn out, exhausted. I want to tell you this though. I'm going to thank you. See, so much gratefulness. Y'all just talking. To obey is better than to sacrifice. I was not going to do this video or podcast. I was not going to. I was just going to sit on my bed and listen to the crazy people outside be crazy and stew in my hurt feelings. Oh, in my lack of control over the situation. See, the more we talk, the more comes up. I get it now. It's also a level of control, right? In my house, you're going to act like this, this, and this. What makes this cool when you are dealing with someone who has had to obey some type of rule. But I really don't have that. It's different. I was just hoping like you just have respect, but knowing where she came from and what she's been through, her definition of respect, her paradigm of respect is different. She's not never really intended to disrespect me. It's the nature of their relationship that causes the turmoil. She's not been disrespectful to me except for the bickering and the arguing and stuff in my house. But it's not, it's, I get it. I understand. Thank you. Thank you. I wasn't going to do the video. I was just going to sit here. I was just going to sit here and keep begging my celestial family for peace. But I read something on a post. See how stuff just lined up? I read something on a post on somewhere, Instagram, I think. Said, people, be careful what you ask for, right? Because if you want peace, you're going to have to go through something that's going to disturb your peace to get you to the peace, right? when you pray for peace, something usually happens. Why does it usually happen? This is good. I'm going somewhere with this. I've been praying and asking for peace. And then this erupted again. This came back again. And in the midst of it, all I can say is, give me peace. I'm the peace. The peace is in me. Nothing on the outside of God. I've been saying this. Nothing on the outside of me can give me peace. Because, I'll tell you why. Because when I didn't know where I would be staying, I didn't know what the next step was going to be for me and my youngest son, I still had a level of peace because I knew that God was going to work it out some type of way. So I have taken my eyes off of the fact that, silly woman, you looking out there in the living room and focusing on what's going on out there in the living room instead of focusing on what's going on inside this living room here. That's good. That's good. This living room here. I like that. I'm smart. Instead of focusing on this living room here, this room where I should be living always. Always. Y'all listen. If you're going through something like this, could you just, thank you for subscribing, thank you for liking, but could you comment? Because I really want to know your thoughts on this type of experience. Like, have you experienced it? Are you experiencing it? And just, let's talk. I want your comments. I want to know what you think and how you feel. Because it's not just about me, it's about you too. We all we got. Really. We all we got. And we're one. We're one. And just your presence alone has helped me once again. Yeah. It ain't over, right? No, I'm looking at myself telling me the experience is not over. I just have to experience it differently. I have to experience the experience from a higher place. Or else I'm about to go through it again. Like, I don't like do-overs. No. No, thank you. I'm going to get it. Twice is enough. Just ample. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening to me ramble on. I appreciate it. But they say I'm supposed to do it. I gotta remember. Like, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Comment, share what you think with me, and share. Just share. It doesn't cost anything to share your love. If this resonated with you, it'll resonate with somebody else. So give somebody else the opportunity to experience differently. That's good. Y'all take care. I'll see you soon.